Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Initiative Order, and welcome to 3's and 7's, a futuristic dystopian adventure using the Gaia Complex. My name is Nate Ridenauer, and I will be your game master for this journey. In a moment, we'll go ahead and meet our wonderful hired guns for the evening. But first, a quick disclaimer about this game. I've gone through and modified some of the languages used, describing some of the playable species in this game for the comfort of myself as well as my players, as well as some feedback from some others. And when it comes to combat, I've also tweaked the mechanics just slightly to kind of expedite the process of things. However, this is a wonderful 2d12 and d3 system. It's a ton of fun. Really looking forward to sharing it with you all tonight. And with that, let's go ahead and meet our hired guns, starting off with Aislinn.
Hey y'all, I'm Aislinn. I will be playing Andy, or Andromeda, the Paramed.
Excellent, thank you so much. Let's throw it over to Alex, please.
Everyone, I'm Alex, and I'm playing Goose, the mech.
Perfect. Brice.
Hello, I am Brice. I am playing Glitch, and the role is Operator.
Beautiful, thank you so much. Throw it over to Margaret, please.
I'm Margaret Crone. I don't normally look like this, but you know what? It's for you all, for your entertainment. And I'll be playing Sable, the handler.
Oh, but she looks so good. I love it. And last but certainly not least, Miguel, please.
Oh, hey, that's me. Hi, everyone. I'm Miguel, and I'll be playing Ignacio, aka Nacho, the tech trader.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And with that, let's go ahead and dive into the future, shall we? The year 2119. The resource war has left the world all but devastated. Essentially, imagine World War III. Most of the human population wiped out, and those who did survive began rebuilding what they could, resulting in roughly 7 full nations that are kind of far and in between. And in this time of rebuilding and rebirth, the humans that did manage to survive took this opportunity to really grind down and start making some massive advancements in the world of technology. In this time, they started creating incredibly powerful AI machines, ever learning, always growing stronger by the day, to the point where it now acts as governor of New Europe, where our story takes place. This massive AI overlord, known as Gaia, has essentially taken over all functions of government, including law enforcement. There are no longer any type of human police officers needed in this world. It is all operated under Gaia. However, there are still humans that operate in this world, working your regular jobs, your markets, your doctor offices, your dentists, mechanics, everything in between. However, there was another society that was discovered in this time of rebirth. For an underground group of individuals once thought to be legendary monsters, if you will, only seen in movies such as Dracula, Van Helsing, Castlevania. I of course speak of vampyre. For during this time of rebuilding, the vampyre decided to take this opportunity to reveal themselves. Originally attacking the humans, violence arose, many humans losing their lives to the vampires as they were feasting, of course, on the blood. However, as time went on, a deal was eventually struck between the humans and vampire, where, thanks to the advancements of technology in this world, a new synthetic blood source was created to satiate the vampire's thirst. And some of the vampire have even begun integrating themselves into the human society, taking up jobs working amongst the humans. While many are unbothered by this, there are still plenty of individuals, unfortunately, who just see the vampire as absolute monsters with no trust. But all that aside, our story picks up shortly after a rogue merc search kind of went awry. Down at the ship docks, a warehouse was discovered where 3 rogue mercs were taken out and a few shipping crates were found. And within these crates, you were able to find a couple of different containers. One container filled with SIM cards, one container filled with some unmarked pills of some sort, and one extremely kind of metallic lockbox with a keypad and some kind of fingerprint or face scanner on it. You're not entirely certain. You loaded up what you could from this area, hopped in your vehicle, and took off down the street. Currently, it's about 2 in the morning. The neon lights of the London zone still glowing as bright as ever. Individuals kind of pouring out of the nightclub, struggling through the streets, stumbling, as many of them appear to be very much intoxicated after a very, very healthy night of drinking and partying throughout the streets. For the most part, many of the vehicles on the street are just kind of a few cabs going by, picking up individuals. But the one vehicle that stands out most is what can only be described as a Volkswagen Surfer bus, kind of speeding through the streets of New London. The underbelly kind of flashing these various colored lights, these purples, pinks, greens, kind of illuminating the street below it. Down the side of either side of this vehicle, you see the machine precisioned words of "Trimble and Trimble," just neatly, perfectly aligned down the sides of this vehicle. Within it, the walls kind of shake and rattle as David Bowie's Let's Dance blasts through the stereo. And in the back of this vehicle, Sable. As you're kind of rumbling around in the back of this vehicle, you've got your crates, your companions are in here with you. Would you please describe who it is we see? And if you'd also like to describe your animal companion who is also in here with you.
Yeah, Sable's kind of got a paranoid demeanor about her. She's much older than some of the other folks in the group here. She's a little, she's like average height, but a lankier build with long gray hair under a patterned scarf and really piercing blue eyes. She kind of usually has this, she has like a scar on her, over her left eye that looks like a large cat scratch on it. And she kind of wears a lot of layers of cloth and belts, and you can often see her kind of smoking a really old cigarette.
Excellent. And as you're kind of sitting in the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. And kind of sitting beside her, probably very comfortably taking up more space than necessary, which Sable doesn't mind when they're leaning into her, but maybe others feel uncomfortable. There's this quite large tiger, which looks like a tiger, but on one of its eyes has kind of this weird device over it. It looks like it's like melded into their eye.
Excellent. And you're kind of sitting back here, just kind of gently stroking your tiger as you're cruising down the street. In the back, situated next to you, is your companion known as Glitch. Glitch, you are currently wearing 2 bullets. Nothing life-threatening, but you're definitely feeling it as you're kind of laying in the back of this van with Sable. Would you please describe who it is that we see?
Yeah, you see Glitch is kind of a grizzled, late 30s, early 40s street kid turned operator. And what he lacks in physical prowess, he more than makes up for in like weird cybernetics and belts and tools and gear of all manner, valuing, having the right tool for the job, which almost always is either a sword or a gun rather than any other kind of accoutrement. So like doesn't really care about what he's wearing, probably wears the exact same tack vest every single day, day in, day out. But yeah, you red beard, can't see my eyes because I've actually got the hi-fi visor that's been kind of crudely like implanted over my eyes. So you see kind of like the weird fleshy metal bits that combine around the outline of the eye sockets. Yeah, and currently I'd just be like laying down in the back of the van next to Sable, and I'd be like, oh, I think my vest here caught one of the bullets. Oh, nope, that's definitely right in my chest.
You're going to be all right. Quiet down, Glitch. Andy will take care of you. She always does.
Yeah, we should go see Andy for sure. Be good to see the doc.
on. Calm it down on the driving. My back can't handle this.
And with that, behind the driver's seat, we do see one Gustavo. Gustavo, if you would please describe who it is that we see driving this vehicle down the streets here.
Gustavo, or Goose, is what he's most known by. He's average height, kind of stocky build, early 30s kind of age. Super unkempt mullet, as you can see. Super dirty overall, just like grease stain. You know, he's a mechanic, so not too worried about how he looks, but very dirty. His left arm has been replaced with a big cyber arm that has a big storage compartment. Has a cyber eye, and then his right arm has a tattoo that looks like a white snake that's like coiling up his arm, but it has the head of a goose.
Excellent. As you're kind of cruising down the street, trying to make the ride as least bumpy as possible, sitting shotgun up next to you is your fourth companion, Ignacio. Ignacio, would you please describe who it is that we see?
Oh, sure. Ignacio, or Nacho, as his friends call him, is a bit of a larger build. You know, you can tell he takes care of himself. He also bearing a cyber arm. His is actually painted up with a winding serpent that ends kind of on this right here is very red and very there. You know, it's like you see it immediately. The rest of his outfit is he has like kind of like a proper looking suit, like at least a suit jacket. It's white, arm ripped off, or not ripped off, it was tailored that way, along with the shirt underneath, which is like also like a white button up with like a pineapple print on it, but it's like just the line work, right, like yellow and green, not any like shade or fill in, right? Kind of salt and peppery hair. He's got like a real high and tight situation with a almost like pompadour kind of longish thing up there, and like all of the sides is, even though they're cut pretty short, you can tell it's all just gray white hair, probably late, I'd say mid 40s, and then just a big, very pronounced mustache, which underneath he's chewing on what would look like a cigar to us folk, but people in New York would know is like a dry energy drink. It's just like a big sheet of like a fruit roll up, right? It's like rolled really tight and then just like infused with caffeine. One of the many products you can find that Bodega Inc., the company his family represents, maybe, come on in, buy two, maybe the 2 for 1, you don't know. But he's just probably sitting there tending to his assault rifle, making sure he's like loaded up again, kind of polishing it. Every now and then he's absent-mindedly just kind of backseat driving, just like, hey, watch this car. It was right here, something like that. I'm kind of not really paying attention. He's also scooted up really far, so his legs are like a little cramped, but he wants to give everyone in the back a little more room because he knows Glitch is back there not doing too good.
Excellent. And as your van kind of goes barreling through the streets, Goose, you notice that up ahead you see kind of some flashing red and blue lights beginning to kind of illuminate the streets below the buildings. And coming from tearing around one of the corners of this building, you see what looks like a significantly larger version of the drones that Sable pilots. However, this one is large enough to where, as you kind of look up towards it, it's flying probably about 20 or so feet just above the street, giving you barely enough clearance to drive underneath. But you can see that there are 4 of Gaia's police officers kind of hanging off, 2 off either side, as they are flying in the opposite direction of you. As you kind of approach and you're approaching them, please go ahead and make me a drive check, if you would.
Can eat anything in the and that's not good. 2 failures.
2 failures. Okay, that's all right. So you go barreling towards this drone, and you can feel the wind kind of kicking up and rocking the van back and forth, and you're trying to maintain. Unfortunately, the turbulence is just too much. It kind of sends you spinning out momentarily. You kind of go up on a curb, and you kind of hear a couple loud cracks and pops and psst.
Don't worry, it's good for it.
Goose, was that the wheels? Did you just pop a wheel?
And I'll like stick my head out and look.
You stick your head out and look. The back wheel looks fine, but as you kind of look up towards the front one that hit the curb, it is completely flat at this point.
That's gonna draw attention.
Got it flat. I think we might make it.
That? I thought you fixed the wheel before.
I fixed the other wheel. There's 4 of them.
Don't you rotate them or something every once in a while? What is happening?
Of course, I always do the maintenance I'm supposed to do on this all the time.
This is why I prefer to do the walking.
You've obviously got a spare sitting somewhere in the back here, though, right?
Of course I do. I think. Why don't you check? You're back there.
Yeah. Well, don't mind me bleeding all over things.
Yes,
I probably can.
That's someone who's injured to do that. That makes sense.
That's fine.
Not
It's
the
fine. I'll
mechanic.
do it. I'll do it.
Oh my goodness.
Don't get any blood on the shag carpet. I just got that put in.
Okay, Glitch, as you're kind of searching around the back here, you don't see anything immediately available, but go ahead and give me an awareness check if you would.
3 and a 3. That's gonna be 2 failures.
2
Good
failures.
start here.
Okay. As you're kind of looking around, you're not seeing any indication of a spare tire being back here within the vehicle itself. As you're kind of moving around, kind of gripping at your side, unfortunately the pain and the blood loss is just kind of making you a little lightheaded to where you're not entirely being able to keep up with everything you're seeing.
I don't know how you find shit back here, Goose. But there is a rope. Maybe we could, I don't know, Sable, could we hitch it up to Slice, the kitty, have it and pull us down the road? Maybe that's not the best idea. I don't know.
Like, a
We're
pretty big
going to
van.
make a caravan
Right.
out of this. I'm so confused. Lay down and stay still.
I am feeling a little dizzy.
Goose,
gonna
how do we
push?
solve the problem with the wheel?
How much further to we get to docks? Does anyone know? I'm just the driver, not the navigator.
You would know Andy's clinic is just a couple blocks away. It's not too far from your current location.
We're driving on the rim. We got this. And I'm gonna like floor it.
Okay. You go ahead and you floor it down the road. You just hear that horrible sound of metal on asphalt as this thing is just cranking and cranking. You hear the thud of rubber as the last bits kind of fall off the rim and just go rolling back behind your tire. As you kind of look out the window, you can see sparks kind of flicking up off the street from your rim. Give me another drive check here, if you would, to see how far you can dog this thing.
2 successes.
2 successes, excellent.
Hey.
So even though it's a bit bumpier this go around, you are able to take it slow enough to where you make it a couple blocks, and you pull up in front of this this large building that's got kind of just a glass sliding door in front of it. Andy, as you're kind of walking out of the back room, your doorway slides open. You're kind of up in the reception area. Filling out some of your final paperwork for the night, would you please describe who it is that we see?
So Andy is just a rather slim build, sandy blonde hair that's tight to the sides of her head and a bit poofy up top. She has a cybernetic eye piece that she uses to help scan her patients, accentuated by other biometric elements to her that she treats almost like tattoos, but useful tattoos. She's dressed in pretty plain clothes. She's already taken off her lab coat from her day at the clinic. She's definitely looking over her head at some of the beds that are still filled. Like, why can't people just keep themselves contained? A lot of these people in her clinic are repeat customers, which is the exact facial expression she has as her most repeat customers. are coming into her clinic
Yeah.
at closing time, of course.
Yep, as you walk out towards the front, you kind of peer through the glass sliding doors, and you see that familiar vehicle of Goose's come rolling up, and it is very much limping, and it looks like it's leaking some kind of fluid all over the street behind it.
I'm gonna need my kit.
I think I just hop out of the passenger seat and just roll around the front, just arms wide open, like, "Hey, Andy, let me go get Glitch. He's bleeding."
Again? Why is it always Glitch?
You tell me. And just pop up in the back, and I try to assist Glitch out of the van as carefully as possible.
Arm
And he goes
over.
behind the counter and like makes another tick mark under Glitch's name.
Yeah, as I'm hobbling out with Nacho, I'll be like, "Oh, hey, Doc. I took your advice. Like you said, face my challenges head on. So today I only killed with my sword. No guns, sword only."
Goody. And
but-
how many how many things am I fixing today?
Hard to say. There's kind of blood all over.
And he's just gonna tap on her cybernetic eye and activate her bioread function, and is now pinpointing every injury.
Excellent. Yeah, as you're kind of scanning up and down Glitch's body, it's very easy enough to see he's got 2 bullets kind of very much buried into his left shoulder. There's a bit of shrapnel remnant kind of near his left rib cage, and you can see that he's got a very nice open wound right at that area. Easy enough to tell that that's where a bullet definitely grazed him pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, this one down here definitely wasn't there before. That one's hurting pretty bad.
Yeah, no, it's not there from before when I took the other bullet out of your body.
Yeah, you're the best, Doc.
No, we appreciate it, Andy, as always. How was your day besides having to deal with these goons?
Other goons. How you doing, Sable?
I'm alright, We
And
had a
was my
little bit of
favorite
hiccup
kitty.
with... Oh,
Who's gonna scritch the big old tiger under the chin?
Oh yeah, slices into it, so I'm getting all up in the scritches.
Who's your good little kitty?
And I think Sable's just like,
we might have something else for you to look at as well.
Oh. But the rest of you, nobody else is bleeding. He is the pressing issue.
It's
Not a
it's a little
scratch.
bit more of a discreet thing. Perhaps we'll
I
have to
believe in
do-
using guns, so
Not in this
Yes.
setting.
Gun-free
No, not now.
zone unless someone starts causing some shit. All right, Glitch, come on. I don't want you to bleed all over my floors.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just cleaned them.
I know the routine.
Sable will set up one of her drones that's kind of primarily used for just scanning to be outside just in case something is coming our way or anything.
Okay.
If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna stay out here with the van, maybe take a look at it under the hood. You know, sound like
I
something might
feel
be
like-
leaking out there.
I feel like your
tires-
problem is outside of the hood.
tires are not under the hood, my friend.
I forgot the tire, but there's other problems too because of the tire. But you know, one thing at a time.
All right.
You
Glitch, you get taken back into the back room with Andy. And Andy, is there anything? What does your clinic look like for us in the back room here?
The clinic is relatively clean for a clinic that, services the mercs of the city. She does her best to try and keep it clean. She doesn't tolerate people causing scenes in her clinic. It may be why she has a bunch of stun weaponry everywhere. It's an array of different beds, most of them just behind sheets on those little tracks. There are a few that are in their own separate rooms, and that's where she's leading Glitch, because evidently they have something sensitive again to discuss. And there are a few people laid up in the beds who have injuries that need a bit more time to recover, but overall it's pretty quiet in the clinic right now.
Excellent, excellent. So you lead Glitch over towards one of those private rooms. Sable, you've got your small surveillance drone out and ready to go. Now, are you going to be staying in the van to pilot this, or are you going to be out on the sidewalk, or are you going to be kind of piloting it from kind of inside the waiting area of the clinic?
She'll do it inside the waiting area of the clinic.
Okay, perfect. No worries. You kind of take your tablet in with you, find a nice comfortable seat to sit on, and your little drone, you hear the propellers kind of whir up on it as it kind of takes off outside. And you can certainly send it up or down the sidewalk. Go ahead and give me a pilot drone check, if you would.
Yeah. And that is 2 successes.
2 successes, excellent. As you send your drone kind of up the sidewalk a little ways, and you kind of turn one of the corners, your drone very much picks up the view of another one of those law enforcement drones. This one carrying 6 of Gaia's AI police officers as it goes barreling by your drone, kind of stops on the corner, turns, and starts following the direction of the other one. And as you kind of use your drone to kind of circle and keep an eye on it, they are very much heading the direction that you all had just come from. Aside from that, you're definitely seeing quite a few individuals walking the streets. A couple of drunk bros kind of trying to hit on some beautiful women who are very much rejecting them. One of them kind of takes her beer bottle and just smacks it across his face and just kind of takes off walking down the street. And he just kind of cleans off his face and then just pukes all over the sidewalk right outside the clinic. Now over to Goose, as you are kind of trying to take a look at your van. Give me a mechanical check, if you would.
Where's mechanical? Oh, there it is. Never mind. 1 success.
1 success, okay.
But it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're skilled in it, you only need 1. You're good. So you walk over. The most obvious problem that you see is your front driver's side tire is just completely gone, and the rim of this vehicle is just dented to complete shit. You're going to definitely need a new replacement for this. As you kind of walk over, though, and you're kind of on the ground looking at it, you can also see kind of this super thick liquid just kind of pouring out of the bottom of the engine compartment. You kind of dab it in your fingers and you sniff it, and it's definitely oil.
And I think I got some tape in the glove compartment. That. I'll wrap it up with 2 hoses together, make them 1.
All right, going under, kind of doing a duct tape job to kind of reconnect some of the tubing and wiring. Give me 1 more. Actually, this time, no, this will still be a mechanical check. Give me another 1.
One success. Good to go.
1 success. Okay.
Quality tape.
Luckily, you've done this plenty of times. You kind of open the engine compartment. You can see, obviously, there are many bits and pieces that are already duct taped together. You see some compartments that are completely missing screws, some that have screws in them where screws shouldn't be. But for whatever reason, this thing is holding itself together, and you're pretty confident that whatever you did should hold it. Ignacio, any actions from you at this time? You got Sable piloting her drone. You got Goose outside working on the on his vehicle. Glitch and Andy have disappeared to the back rooms of the clinic.
Right. I think I've just been watching Goose. I also saw what happened with this young person and the bottle hitting him and everything, and I don't take kindly to his puking outside the clinic, obviously, because that's disrespectful. So I just walk up and I honor Andy's no gun rule. I leave. What are we naming them? Nacho Jr. is actually going to be the name of my my assault rifle. So I just leave with Nacho Jr. in the van. But it doesn't mean I don't have a knife, a submachine gun buried in my mechanical arm, and then also a 3rd gun on my back.
Of course, yeah.
Just walk up to this gentleman, say, "You're gonna clean this up, right?"
And he's
rude
gonna,
not to.
Who are you?
I kind of like pull my jacket back a little to expose the, what is it? The Lashiki Edges Winding River that I have holstered on my hip. Available for $9.90 currencies. I know a guy. The guy is me. Come find me after the show. That's who I am. That's what I say as I point to it. And a friend of the docs here. So if you could please, let's be respectful.
Go ahead and give me an intimidate check if you're skilled in it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a straight guts check for you.
Ooh, where are the guts? And it turns out, not.
Okay, so you only two successes here. Okay.
Híjole. Okay, here we go. And that's one, though. I got one.
One success.
Yeah, so not good.
He just kind of looks at you and, you wouldn't shoot me out here in the streets. You can fucking clean it up. And he kind of steadies himself with the wall and just kind of turns away from you, pukes up a little bit more, and just kind of begins stumbling down the street away from you.
I consider for a moment our situation and the things that we have in this van and the heat that seems to be literally flying above our heads right now. And I pull out a little notebook and flip to a page and I just kind of write down the date and the time and a vague description of this person. And so, yeah, you have a nice night.
All right. He just goes stumbling into the evening. In the back, Andy, you are helping Glitch over towards one of your tables. Glitch, you get situated down onto it. Andy, go ahead and give me a medical check here, if you would. You're going to have a -3 to these rolls as you're in your clinic, you're in your home area, you know what you're doing in this area.
Well, they're 2 successes anyway.
Okay, perfect.
Real low.
All right, excellent. So Glitch, as you're lying there, Andy kind of begins pulling out her various tools and performing her operations on you.
Definitely, like, strip away the clothing around where the wound is, and right before I do any extraction, Andy has a taser finger and is going to utilize it just to keep him still for the moment that it gets pulled out, so we don't have any unfortunate tearing of body bits. But that is every time she extracts anything from him. He's very used to getting tased at this point.
I even bring my own leather strap to put between my teeth that I bite on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Excellent.
Anyone who doesn't want to go under gets tased.
All right,
Yeah,
Glitch,
well, last time I went under and didn't, without any awareness, I woke up with these eyes and this fucking arm on me. So, yeah, I prefer just to get tased. That's great.
Understandable. And there's enough people with cybernetic arms that I don't really want them to have a weird reaction, punch me in the face. Like, I'm delicate.
All right, Glitch, you take that taser like a champ, but it's definitely enough to calm your nerves as Andy begins extracting the pieces of lead that are kind of buried within you. Takes probably a solid hour or so for you to fully get every last little bit of shrapnel and the wounds cleaned up and stitched back together. But Glitch, at the end of this, you will be back to full hit points. Normally in this game it would take significantly longer recovery time, but I don't want you starting off at a disadvantage. So for the sake of this, we'll say you are back up to full hit points currently.
And thank you, Doc. Hey, if you don't mind, if you could add those bits and pieces to my collection.
Oh, of course.
Cool.
It's, is it like a jar of...
Yeah, that's
bullets?
cool. Yeah, bullets and shrapnel and random wires and shit that you pulled out of me. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a shelf in this exact room that just has jars. Each one has like a name on it.
Or you're like your VIPs, and there's
Yeah.
maybe an unspoken competition between the other unnamed jars.
I mean, hence the tally marks in the front office.
Excellent.
So, why are you getting shot now? And why are you all showing up in a? I mean, it's a rust bucket to begin with, but like.
Yeah, well,
was an
but probably
entrance.
best to chat with Sable about this because she knows more what's going on. But we tracked down those mercs that Boneface was having us look after. We're at some sort of warehouse. There was a bunch of people there. We took them out, found a bunch of crates. I think there was like some sort of metallic lockbox of some sort. I don't know, some pills and some SIM cards. So that's about all I know.
Helpful. Did you find the mercs?
There were some dead ones, and then when we left, there were more dead ones.
Good job.
Well, yeah, leave every room better than the way we found it.
We might have different definitions of better.
Well, it was certainly quieter. Although with all the activity heading that way, hopefully we didn't leave too many trails. I don't want Gaia coming after us.
Gloves? We wore gloves this time?
I might have had a pair of gloves in my vest somewhere.
It doesn't help you when it's in your vest, honey.
Yeah. You know, it's so hard to get over the mechanical hand.
I suppose the mechanical hand isn't going to leave fingerprints behind.
Yeah, all the same, we took a bit of a hit on the way over here. I don't know how well the van's going to be. I don't know if we're going to be able to hide out at our usual spot. Maybe if it's okay with you, perhaps this is a place we could lay low. You're closing up for the night anyway, right?
Yeah, there are people here, but they're mostly unconscious. For now.
Well, maybe you should come have a look at the SIM cards or the manifesto. See if you can figure out anything. You're the smart one here.
Yeah, I'm smart with the fleshy things. But I'll give it my best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so let's head back out to the van and meet up with the others.
All right.
Well, yet again, she patched me up just fine. I'm feeling great, y'all.
All right, and the rest of you see Glitch come walking out, big grin on his face. Currently not wearing anything on his top, just very much bandaged up though, all the way around. But looking significantly better than he did on the bumpy ride over here. And
Yeah,
following...
I told you you'd be fine.
Just a
I think
big
I've had a
baby,
mop at
one.
this point.
Butch, with all that tape, you're starting to look like the van.
Goose, we need to get you some better tools, bud.
I've got great tools, and he his hand, the fingers turn into tools, but his cyber arm is like very rusty and piece parted together. Not the greatest thing, but
Oh,
it works. Andy, you would happen to have a tire lying around, would you? Maybe.
A tire?
I don't know.
She looks
right.
back at the clinic and it looks at him like, I have plenty of parts, but not for cars.
I'm sure there's a van or a car somewhere nearby we can find. A couple of us, we could get that wheel off there, no problem. Just
Yeah,
steal.
but the number of sirens I'm hearing out here, that seems like a poor decision.
They're headed where we were coming from, so.
Oh, excellent. Lots of heat. Great.
Wait, they're heading this way or they're heading that way?
Back from where we came, and we're all right here.
Oh,
Less drunk assholes are the thing that you're worried about.
You got some rude neighbors, Andy.
Have you met this neighbor? Have you walked around this neighborhood? I can't afford a clinic in a nice neighborhood that people don't puke on my doorstep.
I just sigh and keep mopping.
Unless y'all want to pay the prices that the nice clinics get.
I think your clinic is great, Doc.
You do just fine.
Lips was saying you had something you wanted me to look at.
Oh, right. Yeah. Here in the back. Distracted at the wheel. Here's the boxes of shit we found.
Maybe let's not look at this in the middle of the street.
That is what I was saying.
You have a garage or back alley? Pull this thing in.
I'd say there's probably like a delivery, like we have to get medical supplies in
Like
somehow.
emergency or delivery. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna park in the emergency
Not delivery
drop-off.
like babies. There's that too, but
I'll get back in the van and like slowly drive it, and then the rims just like.
All right, Goose, you limp your van around the corner to the backside of Andy's clinic, where you do see like a slight incline down to what appears to be like a basic little loading dock back there behind. And easy enough, you're able to kind of let your van roll itself down the ramp here to where it's out of the way. As you're kind of looking around, doesn't seem like there's any other vehicles parked back here at this point. So probably a decent spot.
Walk back up, run, meet everyone else.
Okay. And the rest of you, I'm assuming you're pulling the crates out before Goose moves the van?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries. So what the group brings in to the clinic here are what appear to be 2 wooden crates. One of them is just stacked with what appear to be SIM cards. Just completely loose, lying in this crate. The other one is filled with like orange prescription type bottles that each have a mixture of 2 pills, but they are completely unlabeled. No names on the bottles, no type of indication of what these pills are, but it is a crate that probably has about 30 or so of these vials of pills in them. And they also bring in this smaller little metallic lockbox that's got a keypad and some kind of, looks like bio reader on it.
I'm gonna particularly zoom in on that bio reader. And do I recognize the tech based on what I use at the clinic?
Ooh, go ahead and give me an electronics check here if you've got it. Otherwise, it's just gonna be a straight brains.
Just straight brains. What is that number?
So you will need 2 successes.
Oh
You
no,
have
I
to
just
roll.
can't. It's me not being able to count. Not
Oh,
me
that's
not
fair.
knowing. Those were successes.
Successes. Okay, excellent. As you're kind of looking at this lockbox and trying to decipher it, the tech is definitely top of the line. Something that's significantly more secure than what you have here at the clinic. As you're kind of looking at the keypad and the bio reader, it looks like it's got some kind of security feature on it where you know that if you try to open this the incorrect way, something's gonna happen.
Cool.
Oh, by the way, Doc, we know that the password for that box is not password or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You just see Sable shaking her head.
Andy's just gonna look, like, knows to look to Sable to be like,
I wasn't there when they were doing that.
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. Also, we should not. I'm gonna suggest not screwing around with this too much, because you get it wrong. It's like when you get the password wrong and it like resets everything. This might reset more than just settings. It might reset you. It might do some other bad shit.
There were some passwords we attempted on the like the iPad computer systems back at the warehouse too, I believe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There were Goose attempted to enter in a couple of them, and there was a countdown on said iPad, and Goose decided to leave it flashing red. And on the screen, it was flashing red with what appeared to be a human skull with fangs icon, just flashing red and Goose decided to just kind of drop that on the stairs and bounce out of there.
Very, very threatening
Yep.
looking.
Hey,
Did leave in a
yeah,
hurry.
threatening vampire skull. Great.
Probably fine.
Oh, there was also a guy, like one of the dudes that we saw there had a tattoo, right? With like a fangy looking tattoo. So yeah, I suspect we might be dealing with maybe some of those vampires.
I told you they were coming for us, Glitch.
Yeah, as if there's not enough shit to deal with on the streets of Gaia. New London. Mechs, robots,
What about these
vampires.
pills, Andy? Any idea what these pills are used for?
Do I know? Like, pills are hard to determine based on just like the look of the pill, because like generic white pills are generic white pills.
I mean, I suggested trying them, but no one else seemed to be
That
on
is a-
board with that.
that is a bad idea. However,
Well, now's the time to do it with Doc standing right here.
are there any labels?
There is no type of labels or indications
Okay.
on these pills as you're kind of looking at it.
Like no inscription, like how like some pills have.
Nothing at all. These pills are completely unmarked. One of the pills, there's two distinct pills piled
multiple.
into these containers. So each container probably has about 5 of each of these pills. So 10 pills total, 2 separate pills. Lots of numbers. One of the pills is like this solid deep crimson looking pill. The other one is almost like a sage green, and it looks to be like a powdered substance in one of those capsules.
Okay, so the crimson one is just like a solid pill.
Yep.
Sage one is a like plastic, not plastic, but
A capsule of powder, yeah.
cool. I'm going to look around my clinic. Do I happen to have like basically like a chemistry set? Because you should be able to like using like ice. I'm a science major. I should know this. Like spectroscopy sort of things.
That would be up to you. If that's something you think you would have in your lab, then that's something you would have access to.
I'm trying to think like a pharmacist.
You would probably have a basic one, nothing super top of the line, but
Yeah.
a basic one where you could.
My thought is like people come in here tweaked out of their mind and I have to figure out what they're tweaked out on. So like something that would take blood samples and be able to identify the elemental composition, and from there extrapolating into known substances.
Sure. Yeah, you can
Is
definitely.
my logic behind it.
You can certainly try to identify these pills if you want to.
I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay, go ahead and give me another medical check here if you would.
Excellent. Boop. That is 1 success.
1 success, and you are skilled in this, I'm assuming,
I
being the
am.
doctor. Okay, perfect.
I am specialized in this.
Okay, excellent. You take these pills over and you kind of begin dissecting them and analyzing them and dropping samples. Kind of almost like loading the samples into a vial and attaching them to what looks to be another like translucent iPad as it's kind of analyzing them and trying to break down its molecular structure of these pills. A lot of the elements that these pills are made up of are just coming up unknown, error. However, one element that is identified from the crimson one is human blood. Doesn't give you the type of blood it is, it just says human.
I'm gonna lift up one of the red ones. Like, I get the sense that a vamp would be probably pretty interested in this blood capsule thing, pill. I don't know what it does, but there's blood in it.
Well, whatever it does, they were trying to get a hold of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, would I have come into contact with any kind of with like I'm just wondering if like in the operator scene, if there's kind of like a dosing, like a version of pills that operators dose, like see if there's like, oh, did you get their version of steroids or whatever. Would I know anything about these pills from like not a medical standpoint, but from like a street standpoint?
Certainly. Go ahead and give me a streetwise check if you would.
Okay.
Oh wait.
Ooh, I got 2 9s. Oh, that's bad. I want to roll low. Let's see. Streetwise, I don't think I'm trained in street.
It would be under your
I'm
guts.
pretty sure that's a failure. I'm sure. Guts is 8. Yeah. Guts
Okay,
is 8.
so yeah, it's 2 failures, unfortunately.
Okay, sweet.
Do
Yeah,
I have a homie? I'd like to phone a homie as a tech trader. I think I know a lot of less than reputable people, maybe some that sell other types of pills, and maybe
Ignacio,
they know something about these ones.
You've got guys who've got guys, Nacho, with all of your connections.
Yeah, primos within primos, you know what I mean?
So if you want to use your lifeline to phone a friend, you certainly may.
I think I have something specific as a tech trader. I want to make sure. -1 modifier to all streetwise skills tests in relation to locating items, buyers, and negotiating prices. Would this, I think this would be finding a potential buyer or dealer. So would that count?
Yeah, I would say so. Go ahead and give me a streetwise check here with that -1.
Okay. That's one. Can I get to 1 success?
1 success, and you are
Actually-
skilled in this.
No, actually 2, because I forgot the -1.
Excellent,
And I am
excellent.
I am skilled.
Okay, perfect, even better. So as you're kind of looking at these pills and you're looking at Andy, she's kind of puzzled, trying to figure out what's going on. You start racking your brain, trying to think of anybody you might know. And you do know one individual who just goes by prescription as his name.
Mm-hmm.
And he is definitely a well-known dealer of substances that can enhance somebody, that could certainly inoculate somebody, that could just get you high for fun. He's got antidepressants, he's got Viagra, he's got whatever you need. So he is certainly somebody you would know that you could potentially contact and take these pills to if you want to.
I could call my friend Rex. I call him Rex. RX. He goes by prescription, but between us.
That's awesome.
Between us, he's Rex. To y'all, you don't call him Rex. I'll call him Rex. I could phone him up, see what he knows.
What are we supposed to call him?
Prescription.
Right. Oh, sure, call him up. Whatever will help us as long as you trust him.
Well, trust is, I wouldn't suggest us meeting him somewhere not some neutral ground, you know what I mean? Not somewhere he would find us back here or anything.
There's vampires involved in this situation. I don't know where they're lurking, so just keep your eyes peeled.
Absolutely. So I guess I take out my phone and whatnot, call him up, let it ring.
Yeah, so you go to call up Rex, and basically you pull out what looks like to be a smaller version of like a translucent iPhone. You kind of hold it flat, and it almost pops up like this projection of like a little mini screen that's just kind of floating in front of your face, like a free-floating FaceTime essentially.
Okay.
And you see it just kind of ringing, just a message flashing, just calling. And eventually, this individual picks up. He's got bright green hair that's just spiked into this mohawk, same old matching bright green, like handlebar mustache. He's wearing what appears to be like a super tattered doctor's coat, a simple button-down shirt, and what appear to be like some super tight leather pants. as you kind of see him from behind right now, and he's just kind of like dancing, and you hear like this loud bass just thudding, boom, boom, boom in the background. He kind of turns around and just, oh, hey, Nacho, what's going on?
Hey, Rick, I noticed the greens. I go, back in the spring collection, huh? Looks good on you. Hey, yeah, Rex, old homie, buddy, pal. I was wondering maybe you can do Nacho a little favor. I've got a couple of items that are adjacent to your inventory, shall we say, that I find myself not knowing what they are, and I wonder if you could maybe help with a little identification. You know, there'll be a little something in it for you, or we can just call in that favor. I owe you, you owe me, however that works out. That time I hooked you up with those tortas for that birthday party, that catering. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. You can tell he was only like half paying attention. He's just kind of like half looking at the screen and half looking at the DJ that's performing up on the stage currently. Yeah, pills, bring them. Whatever. You know how to find me.
Oh, okay. We'll find you.
And the screen just hangs up.
I turn around to the group as if they hadn't seen and heard that entire interaction. So we're going to him.
He seemed very knowledgeable.
He has a lane, and he sticks in it.
I can respect that.
Like a plan. We still need a wheel, though. I like Glitch's idea.
We need a bus pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna start scanning the streets for a vehicle that might have a wheel
Please.
that's roughly
Cool.
the same size of the van wheel.
Okay, looking for a car with the same type of tire and rim. Go ahead.
mean, close. I'm not a
Just gotta have the
scientist
same
here.
number of bolts. That's all that matters.
That's right.
All right, go
Don't
ahead.
you work at a shop or something of that sort? Don't they have a bunch of tires there?
I do, but we can't get there without a tire. Bit of a pickle we're in. Could be my fault. Probably, we don't have to pay attention to that, though.
Mhm.
Is there a tire around here?
Give me an awareness check here as you're looking for some kind of tire that might fit your van.
I'm gonna help Goose, so I feel like Goose should roll it. Yeah.
Okay, with Glitch's help, I will give you a -1 to this roll.
It's a success regardless, so.
Okay, excellent. As you're kind of looking around, you do see a vehicle parked on the opposite side of the street. It seems to have a close enough bolt pattern on the tire. This one, though, is just like a little four-door Trimble and Trimble sedan that's currently just kind of sitting over there. You can certainly try to
Awesome.
jack that tire if you want to. It's entirely
Is there
up
anyone
to you.
around? Is there anyone in the vehicle?
With that awareness check, you do see what appear to be two silhouettes in the front seat. It looks like whoever's in the driver's facing the passenger seat, and you just see these arms going up and down.
No.
Oh.
Is the vehicle already shaking at all?
It is not shaking currently, no.
Damn it.
They might notice.
How do you want to do this, Glitch?
Should I take him out? I start to like draw my katana. No?
It might not be the best.
All right.
Make a distraction somehow. Or just go for it. I think we could do it fast. I've changed tires since I was a kid.
I've seen it done on the streets. Here, I'll help lift it up. You pull the tire off.
All right, we're doing this.
As if they're not gonna feel the jack and then
They
like
seem distracted. We'll be all right.
So if
Okay.
it's a small car,
Which,
maybe I can use my like cyber arm to like help me like lift
Which-
up the back just enough.
I just gotta know which tire are we going for here, guys?
They're all the same, right?
For what you
the-
can see.
back driver side,
Yeah.
or whichever one's like kind of the most like off the one that's not out in the middle of the road.
So that would be you could take from the passenger side, front or back. Which one do you want to go for?
Back?
Back, yeah. I think the back's the way to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Terrible plan.
So the rest of you see Glitch and Goose kind of talking amongst themselves as they kind of point over to this vehicle, and you see Goose pull out a tire iron, and they begin walking in that direction.
Nice. Yes. Way to go.
Are they
I guess
serious?
they're really going to do it.
Is this really happening?
Oh god.
So I will keep a lookout. I don't really want to promote this kind of behavior.
I might. Hey, Nacho. Want to keep an eye? It looks like there's two in this car. Maybe you can make sure they stay in the car.
Yeah, okay. I just start lazing over. I reach behind my jacket, find a holster, and just pull out a simple
Okay,
handgun. It's not-
okay, hold
it's
up,
not
hold
to-
up.
Just in case.
We're not-
it's-
Why are we threatening? They're just in there having a nice time. The least we can do is just like, hold on. I'm gonna go back into the clinic and I'm gonna go get some like basically laughing gas and a very long tube.
I love this plan.
This is so much better. I just immediately just start walking backwards away.
Have
from the
they
car.
like cracked the window just enough so that there's like, you know, fresh air cycling so it doesn't get like crazy foggy inside the vehicle while you like make out?
From what you can tell, all the windows are currently rolled up.
Stanky in there.
Yeah.
Right?
Sable will just have her drone kind of be on the lookout to make sure no one else is coming around.
Okay, give me a pilot drone, if you would, Sable.
I think I'm gonna double check that. That's one success.
One success. Okay. You take your drone, you kind of hover it over the vehicle on the other side of the street and take it up and down the sidewalk a couple times. As you're kind of flying through, and you kind of stop and look down at a little alleyway between a couple of the nightclubs, and you see what appear to be two AI officers that are currently arresting what appear to be a couple disorderly New Europe citizens. As you hear them just very loudly arguing between themselves, as these two robots are kind of grabbing their hands and forcing them down back behind their back. Aside from that, you don't see anybody on the sidewalk itself currently. It just seems to be down in that alleyway.
All right, Sable will keep an eye on that alleyway from a distance, just in case they start coming their direction.
Okay.
Is the intake for the air conditioning somewhere that's like
I can tell
stick
you where
a
that
skinny
is.
hose through? I am skilled in mechanical.
Give me a
It's at the
mechanical
front
check
of
here
the
if you would.
vehicle.
Can I assist at all?
Certainly, yeah. If you want to help Andy take a peek, you can either both roll, or one of you can have a -1 to this roll.
Both of them were successes to begin with because I'm smart.
Never mind. Never mind.
Excuse me.
It's like I play the smart character whose job it is to keep you guys from doing stupid shit.
And yet here you are participating in
Yeah, I was
stupid
gonna
shit.
I am participating because it's a better plan.
So you walk over and you're kind of looking at this vehicle. And you kind of see on the driver's side, it's kind of tucked underneath kind of the back door behind the driver's side. It doesn't stick out the very back. It almost comes pouring out of the side of the vehicle. But you do see some kind of exhaust port there.
All right, I'm gonna try and fill this car with sleepy time gas.
Okay, go ahead, and everybody who's participating and approaching this vehicle, I'm going to need stealth checks from you all here to start.
Is that a reflexes
skills?
check?
That is correct, reflexes.
Oh, thank goodness.
I think Sable's still inside the building, petting the cat, like the tiger, and just being like,
I don't
Uh-oh.
know why they always get into these kind of pickle slice, but here we are again.
I got
One success.
two
One success.
failures, and one of them was a critical fail.
Oh,
One
buddy.
was a critical fail. Okay, 2 successes though. Excellent.
Buddy.
So, and Glitch, are you also heading over?
Two successes.
2
Yeah.
successes. Okay.
Just
So
like drop all the tools.
Ignacio, you're kind of in the street, getting ready to pull out whatever you may need to pull out. Andy, you're very much on the ground, crawling over. You get the tube just to about the exhaust port. Glitch, you sneak around to the back and you get your cyber arm up underneath, getting ready to try to lift this car up. But as you're kind of approaching and kind of getting into position, Goose, you trip over the sidewalk curb, and the hand that you're holding the tire iron in very loudly just hits the back of the trunk and just thuds. And you
Put
see
that there.
the motion kind of stop within the vehicle, and the driver's side door flings open,
You hate to
And-
see it.
this very large gentleman, probably standing about 6'2", very, very burly, wearing just a super tight tank top, very, very tight pants that almost have LEDs running up them. You can see his right arm is entirely cybernetic, while his left arm is human. As he kind of steps out and just... He looks down, he sees you, Andy, shoving a tube in. Ignacio, he sees you standing there. Can I help you?
Yeah, hey Papi, why don't we have a conversation over here? I want you just for a sec here. We're just doing a routine inspection. Little neighborhood service we offer around these parts to make sure
Smog
nothing
check.
goes wrong with your vehicle. Yeah, check the smog, check the wellness check here, make sure you two are okay, that kind of thing. Just the whole time, I just have my hand like right here on.
2 a.m. doing a smog check. Bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah. Odd, yes, but thorough is what it is.
Go
as
ahead
well.
and give me a persuasion check here, if you would, Ignacio. Andy, are you doing anything, or are you just staying on the ground with this tube in this car?
Oh no, Andy's now like fully committed to the bit of I'm doing a smog check, and is like taking her thumb and like checking like, oh yes, is there, pretending like this was totally just like compressed air to like check.
That's 2 successes on the persuasion. I give him I really work him. It gives us, pull out some statistics, things like that. I flash the gold tooth. You can trust me.
Right, now what's going on back there then? And he kind of points over to Goose picking himself up with the tire iron, and Glitch kind of standing there near the back end of this vehicle.
Just awkwardly like holding the back of the bumper.
Yeah.
I mean, is
That's
she
what-
the one doing the smog check, or?
I kind of gesture my head to Goose, and I put an arm around him. It's like between you and me. We had to call the lad in here last minute. He was on call, and I don't think he was exactly following protocol, if you know what I mean. So he's a little slow to respond right now. I apologize for that. But if we could keep that between you and me, that would be swell.
Right, and who is it you work for then?
Gaia.
Trimble and Trimble.
The Trimble and Trimble quality assurance division, top notch work here.
Just for my own sake,
Now there's
Goose,
only
do you have any type of Trimble and Trimble symbols anywhere on your overalls?
Yes, I have like the mechanic like name patch.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Goose, and then like the Trimble and Trimble
Okay,
logo underneath.
okay. He just kind of looks around and it's just a bit odd that you're doing it at 3 a.m.
And I
now.
understand. Yes, sir. I understand. Very odd time of night and everything. Perfectly honest, we didn't expect anyone in the car. I feel bad about the disturbance. Obviously, my compatriots do as well. So, tell you what, we'll waive the fee, and if you just let us do our thing, we'll be along our way. You'll be along your way. Everyone will have a happy night here. You and your friend in the car included.
All right, do your work then, and he just kind of steps back in the street and just crosses his arms. He's just watching you. Come on, I'm trying to get back to something here.
Oh, I mean,
I'm gonna like kneel down to the tire, and I assume I'm right by Andy. She's got the hose. I think deal with him.
Like put the hose up to the tire. Check all the places for smog.
I think she's talking, but I don't know.
Oh, Andy's glitching out.
Yeah.
Andy just kind of continues her pretend smog inspection.
All right.
Sorry,
Andy
got hotel
is in the
Wi-Fi.
Matrix.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
It's right. It's a glitch in the Gaia Complex. It's all good. It's all good.
Sorry.
I'm gonna like eye over to Glitch to see like what he thinks we should do. Like kind of grip the tire iron, like eye the dude behind me watching.
He is just standing there, arms crossed, as he is just watching all of your moves. Just keep.
Excuse me, sir. Do you mind? Can you pop the hood of your vehicle too? It'd also be great if we could check the engine parts.
I mean, engine parts. How many does it take to do one smog check?
It's very thorough, sir. It's new Gaia protocol. Trying to clean up.
Comprehensive.
It makes the place better for everybody if we all go along with the rules.
Leave it better than you found it.
Give me a persuasion check here, Glitch.
Oh, that's not great. That one's based on which skill? Oh, I have a 1. A 1 and a 9.
That
So I
is
have
going
one
to be
success.
under allure.
1 success, 1 failure.
Okay. Are you skilled in persuasion?
I am not.
Okay. You see him kind of walk over to the hood, and he puts his giant mechanical arm down on it. I don't think that's really necessary, do you?
Well, I mean, if you want to be driving around with lethal smog, that's up to you.
And you're
but
sure
be
you work for
prepared.
Trimble and Trimble.
It's my early on in my career with the company. I'm just apprentice.
And
Contractors, am I right?
That's why they got me working the night shift.
you see his mechanical arm kind of up near the bicep
You guys
pop
hear me
open.
again?
Oh boy.
You're coming in and out a little bit there.
Yeah, you're still bugging out.
All right, no worries.
Yeah, I might need to swap.
No problem, no problem. So you see his kind of up near his bicep kind of pop open, and he begins to kind of reach into it for something. And you see him pull out what appears to be just a small pistol.
Oh boy.
I'm
And
gonna
with that-
grab the hose from Andy and like jump behind him and like shove it in his mouth.
Oh, nice.
Okay, we will see what happens when we get back from our quick break. So thank you all so much for sticking with us through this first part. We will see you back here in about 10-15 minutes. So get up, stretch, hydrate, do all those good things. And we will see you all back here shortly. Stick around.
Oh, no.
And welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking with us. We are currently in the middle of a tire jacking. The individual, the owner of the vehicle, currently standing out of it, his mechanical arm popping open. He is drawing a pistol. Goose, you have decided to take the laughing gas tube from Andy to try to shove into his mouth. Just confirming that is what you are going to try to do here.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Okie dokie. Go ahead and we're going to call this a melee weapon. So give me a melee weapon check here.
One success, but I'm training it, so.
Oh, I
Good to
thought
go.
you were going to be like, fail.
Excellent. And he got 2 fails. So as he's drawing his pistol out, he is caught completely off guard as you jump and shove this tube into his throat. He's just like going to grab for it. Andy, you've got the canister on the other end. Are you? All right. And you see him kind of stumble back and rip the tube out of his mouth as he kind of goes to point his gun towards you, Goose, but you can see he is definitely way the fuck out of it right now as this shit just went directly down his throat into his lungs. And
Oh yeah, it is way
I mean,
over the
probably.
recommended dosage.
he is just stumbling around trying
Like-
to figure out where to aim at.
Can I do a katana draw, but rather than slicing across with the blade, I'll grab it with the second hand and try to like hit him with the blunt end to like try to like knock him out.
Absolutely. Give me a melee weapons roll here if you would.
Okay. That is going to be a 10 and a 5, and I have a 9. I'm going to use 1 grit.
Okay,
Oh
absolutely.
wait, I don't need to because I have one success and I'm trained, so I don't.
And you're already
need to.
trained? Okay, perfect. All
Yeah.
you need is 1. Yeah,
Okay,
so
cool.
as he's kind of stumbling around, you see him kind of begin to fall back on the curb, and you see that perfect moment where you go over, drawing your katana, and just boom, hitting him right square on the forehead. Go ahead and roll me some katana damage still, if you would.
Oh yeah, okay. 10 plus 4, 14.
14, yeah, that's definitely enough, as the hilt of your
Right.
katana just strikes him square on the forehead, and he just, out like a light, falls stiff as a board onto the sidewalk.
Is his SO or whoever he was making out still in the front car watching
yeah.
this?
Yeah, I'd like to approach the car and then also just deploy the submachine gun out of my arm and go, "Hi, hello, you in the car? We haven't met yet, but I need you to get out. This is a robbery now. We're taking your tire."
So casual.
And then I'm like, with the other hand, I'm like, "Not doing so hot. So I'd recommend you just get out, please."
And you see this young, thinner build woman kind of slowly open up her door, and she stands up.
Yeah, slow, please.
Mhm,
Hands behind. Take a few steps back.
Sure.
Go find yourself some pizza or something.
And she kind of looks down, and she sees her significant other knocked out on the ground. Sable, you see this happening. And as you're still kind of surveying with your drone, you see the 2 Gaia officers as they're walking out of the alleyway with these 2 individuals in custody. But they are heading towards the sidewalk that this is all taking place on currently.
Okay. Do I have a way to communicate with any of my homies or no?
Not through the drone, unfortunately.
Okay. Can I go out and head towards where the officers are?
Yeah, you can certainly do that if you want to. So you exit out of the waiting room and begin shuffling your way.
Before I go out, I say to Tiger, I'm like,
All right, we're gonna play that play sick trick. Remember that, and I have a big juicy steak for you at home if you do it right.
And Sable's gonna go out there and like pretend that something happened with Slice and try to get the officers to help. Like just act like a frantic, crazy lady.
Okay, sure. Give
Distract them.
me a persuasion roll here, if you would.
All right. What is my persuasion? That's a lure. I'm good at this. Well, sleep the dice. Iconic corroborate. That is 2 successes. Barely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go just kind of frantically running over. What are you doing here? You're like just waving your arms, yelling at them.
You see Slice laying on the ground and like just like making these like awful like cat noises, and Sable just kind of waddling her way towards the police officers, and she's like,
Help! Help! Something happened. These 2 gentlemen came and they hurt my poor cat.
And as they walk out of the alleyway, they don't even look to the left where all this is taking place. They are just focused on what is going on with this tiger in the street. They are each currently escorting human individuals as they're kind of walking out. You can see now as you're kind of getting a closer look, their faces are almost look like motorcycle helmets that are just completely blank. And every now and then, like these LED eyes will kind of flash on them, making different kind of facial expressions. One of them kind of appears and his eyebrows kind of raise up above. He just kind of like points down towards the tiger and kind of nudges his friend. And the other officer kind of pushes what appears to be some kind of button on his wrist. And you see another one of those drones come flying above you. And it kind of stops, and these 2 hooks on these ropes come floating down. And they attach the individuals who are in custody to these hooks, and they both just go zoop, right up to the drone, and the drone takes
sick.
off.
Wait, did you
And-
say these are human cops or these robot cops?
These are
They're
AI
AI
cops,
AI
Yeah.
cops. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
and they just kind of come walking over to you. And what seems to be the problem, ma'am?
Well, you see my poor cat. He was hit by them and they ran off that direction. One of them had a big mohawk with some kind of LED lights in them, and the other one was riding a motorcycle of some kind.
Okay, give me another persuasion check here, if you would.
I'm convinced. Yeah.
A glowhawk.
a 1 and a
Glow
4, so you definitely success.
Excellent. And they're kind of, as one of them's kind of slowly getting ready to kind of turn back towards you, you kind of point down the street, and his head snaps in that direction. And you see both of them hit another button on their wrists, and you hear the sound of 2 motorcycles come roaring down from around the corner, completely on autopilot, as they come screeching up in front of you. And they each get on, and they just say, "This way."
She nods and she's like,
They went that way. They were going pretty quick. I don't think they were paying attention. Maybe that's why the other drones were coming. Maybe it was them.
"Stay here, man. We'll take care of this." And they both light up in red and blue and just go
What about
roaring
my cat?
down the street.
Oh my god, amazing.
Ignacio holding up this submachine gun to this woman who is just scared shitless
Girl.
right now.
Listen, I'm on damage control here.
She's take what you want. He's kind of a douchebag anyway. I was gonna break up with him,
See?
so
Why don't you go ahead, grab his wallet, go get yourself something nice.
she kind of walks over and begins digging through his pockets.
Atta
And
girl.
Fine.
She
I
pulls
put it away.
out.
I don't even need it anymore. I'm like, yeah, good for you.
And you're all okay with this?
He seems like a dick.
I mean, he is.
You can do so much better, sweetie. Look at you. Look at him.
His car doesn't even have 4 wheels, as I'm like.
And he doesn't seem particularly bright. Trust me, you can do so much better.
And she kind of just gives like an awkward smile and a nod, and she just kind of flips him off as she walks over his body and just crosses the street and heads down towards some of the other nightclubs that are down on the corner.
I'm gonna give him a little bit more of the laughing gas. We're gonna cause some amnesia. Yeah,
Okay. give me another medical check here, if you would.
Just a slight poisoning. Just a
Yeah.
gentle poison.
I am Yeah, that both of those are successes.
Okay. All right. Luckily, you definitely you know the amounts to administer, and so you don't make him OD on laughing gas.
Yes, I'm not trying to actually cause like harm, but I want like when you get like laughing gas and you forget about 15 minutes prior to when you got laughing gas. That's what we're aiming for.
Easy enough. You're pretty happy with your performance here in this laughing gas, and you're pretty convinced that when this guy wakes up, he's gonna be completely clueless as to what might have happened.
Excellent.
Yeah, and hoping that he won't wake up too soon. I'm no mathematician here, but I bet this body will fit in the trunk.
I'm going to bring him into the clinic and charge him for this.
Oh, nice.
Yes, you are.
That's a great idea.
One thing, I want to take his gun. I'm going to resell it. Reduce, reuse, recycle, all of that.
Yeah.
It's just it's just the merchandise life cycle. I take it, I make sure the safety's on, etc., pocket it. And then in his arm holster where it once was, Ignacio believes in like the nice touches, so he made himself a bunch of business cards. And
You
he
have
just
been
puts
robbed
in.
by.
Oh, hopefully not that. But it's just 3's Diablos armory, and it's got like a logo with like 3 snake heads, and on the back like a QR code or something or whatever to like hit up my contact form to like, I need a gun, and then I just tuck it in there, I close it up for him, and I'm like, this time I just grab a photo with my phone and like a photo of the gun, making sure I get the model number and everything. Like, gonna sell that right back to this idiot.
Yeah.
Getting charged for the hospital, buying his own shit back.
This
We're gonna
guy's just
carry
trying
him
to
like he's
get
just
a little
drunk.
makeout session in.
Goose, when we're done with the wheel, we could sell him his tire back.
There we go.
All right. After a brutal beating and robbing of this gentleman, you are definitely able to drag his body and kind of situate him up onto one of the cots in your clinic. And you can definitely kind of hook him up to, auto feed fluids, whatever he may need to.
He does need medical attention. It's just he doesn't need to know it was our doing.
But easy enough. You patch him up well enough to where he'll be fine. Goose, you've got your fucking tire. Taking it back behind the clinic to your van. Go ahead and give me another mechanical check here as you're swapping out the tires.
Ooh, a 1.
Excellent.
Successive.
So yeah, I mean, like a frickin' NASCAR tech, you frickin' pop that old rim off and slap the new one on there. No issues whatsoever. As you kind of rotate the tire, the bolt pattern doesn't quite match entirely, but you're able to kind of force it on there, where it's good enough.
Like a glove.
A non-fitting glove.
Yes, but a glove nonetheless.
Yeah. Well, that should at least get us back to our garage so we can make proper adjustments. So.
Of course. Definitely have tires there. Plenty of them. Is that the plan? Are we going there first?
Yeah, we still need to get a look at these SIM cards too. And have we met up with prescription yet?
No.
Yeah, so get out of here, fix the car, meet up with prescription, find out more about these SIM cards. We still need to touch base with Boneface too. I bet he's going to be wanting a check-in after our recent excursion, especially with all the activity in the area. I'm sure he's caught wind already that Gaia is aware and has sent someone over to the warehouse. It's only a matter of time before this starts, catching up with us, so we need to move quick.
And as you're saying that glitch, you do feel your phone begin to vibrate, and you see the caller ID is Boneface.
Oh, well, speak of the devil. Here he is.
Oh, I said hi.
Yep. Click.
All right.
Yo, go for glitch.
And same type of situation, kind of that FaceTime pops up. And you see an individual wearing just, you kind of just see him from the torso up, wearing just a super thick leather jacket, simple black shirt underneath. His face, though, the top half of it almost looks like he's got like this cybernetic skull plate attached over to it, whereas jaw is the only human part of his face that you can still see. As you're kind of looking through the eye holes themselves, you can see he still has human eyes as well. But it's very difficult to tell from the times you've met him if the skull plate is decoration or if it's actually a part of him at this point. And he kind of just looks towards you and, well, it's about time you pick up, Glitch. I've been waiting on the update. What's going on?
Yeah, you know how jobs can take a turn, have complications. Wanted to let you know that things are going great. Definitely had a success at the warehouse. Found a bunch of cool stuff that we're going to be bringing your way. So totally under control.
That's the story you want to stick with.
Well, I mean, as
just
of right
be
now,
positive
it's
with
totally
Boneface.
under control. We did hear some sirens heading towards the warehouse where we just were.
Mm-hmm.
And there may be a situation with, just some random guy from the street. We'll take care of it. It'll be fine. He won't be a problem. But no, things are okay. I'm feeling less confident than when we started this conversation, but yes, I'm still feeling like it's okay.
Give me a persuasion check here, Glitch, just for the hell of it.
I'm not good at these. No. A 10 and a 3, but I'm not trained.
You seem extra nervous here, Glitch. You are positive there are no other major issues Boneface needs to worry about. Because I am currently watching breaking news story on TV, and they are saying something has killed a couple of Gaia's agents over at the warehouses, something big and nasty. Details to follow. You are certain.
Gaia agents? Oh, I assure you, Mr. Boneface, we had nothing to do with Gaia agents. These guys were, I don't know, they had some vamp tattoo thing on their arms.
You are positive that is all you found. Do it. Just get to club. Tell Boneface in person. All right. We drink about it. We forget about problems for now. I pay you what I owe you, and maybe we continue work together.
Oh yeah, of course, Mr. Face. We're heading your way. We got a problem with the tire, but we're heading your way right after that.
Problem with tire. Did Goose drive like idiot again?
You know how Goose is. He gets us there.
He gets a bit
sometimes
loosey-goosey.
He does, yes. Keep the tunes pumping, Mr. Face. We'll be there. We'll be there soon.
All right. Make it quick. You know where to find me.
Mm-hmm.
And the call hangs up.
Close that.
Who refers to themselves in third person?
Boneface, apparently.
Oh, and she's saying that out loud. Like, what a tool.
He does have very good jams, though, at his club. He keeps it rocking all night long. Good lights, good vibes, cheap drinks. Not entirely a bad guy. Did I forget to tell him anything? He seems very suspicious, but
You seemed really suspicious.
It's probably just a loss of blood, huh?
Sure. Andy's walking around the clinic grabbing pill bottles of things that she can use to just basically just that she can use to drug people if it comes to it, because they're going to a club and she just wants to be prepared.
Okay, you grab your roofies and
They're defensive roofies.
your defensive roofies.
Defensive rupees.
For the club. Just out of curiosity, how many doses are you taking with you?
She'd probably take like 6 doses.
6 doses of defensive roofies. Noted. Okay.
What the DR and Dr. Andy stands for.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man. All right. Defensive roofies in hand.
Hey,
Then-
if someone's coming at you and you need to incapacitate them in a subtle sort of way.
Sure, defensive roofies all day. You got it. Okay. Van is patched up or ready to get cruising. Unless there's anything else you would like to do at the clinic with the car, the actions are yours.
I'll
And
pull
Sable's
up
back
to the
with
front.
everybody, too.
No, just
All
grabbing
aboard.
just grabbing my med kit.
Okay. Basic tools, everything in hand. You all load back up into Goose's Volkswagen Bug. Now, what is going to be your first stop? You've got Goose's garage. You've got Misfit Loves, where you know Boneface is waiting for you. Or you have the unknown nightclub that you can try to track down, where RX appeared to be just partying it up.
I imagine the van is kind of sitting like at an angle. It's got like the wrong size wheel on it, so
Let's
Like-
deal with that first.
maybe we should head to the garage first.
Mhm, mhm.
I think we fix the vehicle and then maybe we just keep one of the bottles of pills for ourselves. Everything else return to him and job done.
Well, did he ask for all of this, all of the SIM cards and the pills, or was he just asking us to track down those mercs?
Well, I think we should give him a little more, don't you?
Oh,
Seeing as the mercs are dead.
oh. Yeah, great.
We don't
And you
have to
did
give
say
him
that
everything.
you had a bunch of stuff that you were gonna give him.
Yeah, I didn't really think that through.
We're past the point of no return on giving him things. It's just what things we give him.
Yeah.
Could take what we need and keep for ourselves, and the rest give
Well, I mean, I
him.
already got some pills in my arm box thing.
Oh, of course you do.
There were some SIM cards in there too, right? I mean, this is how many we have.
It's a little sample set.
Sample size.
All right, cruising back over to Goose's garage, though, easy enough to make your way. Goose, you live a couple miles away from Andy's clinic, but with the new semi-fitting tire on there, and I gotta ask, are you driving normal speeds or are you speeding to your garage?
Probably gonna take it easy this time.
Okay.
Goose learns from his lessons.
Does
Okay.
he?
I won't make you. I won't ask you to roll for it. Then it's easy enough to kind of limp your way back over towards your garage. Now, this is also your home as well, correct?
Yes.
All right. What does it look like for us? What does Goose's home environment look like here?
So as we like pull up to the garage and I like pull down the little sun visor thing and hit the button, the garage rolls up and it's just like complete disarray. Just like tools and parts just everywhere. Like a car that's being worked on, like lifted up on the jack. And like you can kind of see from like under the car, like past the car that's on the jack is just a cot with like a wool blanket and a pillow sitting there.
Very simplistic and yet very messy at the same time. You pull your Volkswagen Bug in there over
Just
kind
like
of one
Goose.
of your mechanized jacks to really make it easy to just kind of lift this thing right off the ground to make it super simplistic to work on. So you take some time to swap out the tire to a proper sized one, which takes you a little bit of digging as you're kind of digging through your various tire piles that I assume you have around this area from your various projects, from
I
your
have a good tire pile.
your borrowed cars from Trimble and Trimble, and easy enough to find the correct size and slap that bad boy on there. As Goose is working on the vehicle, is there anything in particular the rest of you would like to do?
Make yourselves at home, please. You
Is
can sit on the
there
cot.
is there a place nearby where I could get like some kind of meat, like steak or something?
Yeah, there's like a basic little market, probably just the next building right next to Goose's garage. As you walk by it, it's all just a single large glass pane. You see this bright neon green light just kind of buzzing above it that just says market on it. As you're kind of passing by and taking a peek in there, it looks like they've got some basic wares. Looking through, you can see an entire wall of what looks to be synthetic meat that's been grown somewhere. as well as just a wall of various beverages of different colors. You see some that are like neon blue, some that are just crystal clear. You see some green beverages, all kinds of different things in here. But you could probably find a suitable steak if you want.
I think Sable's just like,
Well, while you're doing that, I owe Slice something. Does anyone need anything at the store?
I hear store and just offer to come. I'll go with.
All right, come on.
and we'll head to the market, and
All
she's
right.
just gonna buy one of the synthetic steaks. I got some monies,
Yeah.
some neck.
Sable and Nacho walking next door. Nacho, as you enter in, this store is nothing compared to the store that you operate and you've seen before. Super basic selections in here.
Like, it's nothing like Pop's place. This is
Nope. Not
I
even
think
close.
as Sable's like looking for this steak, I find someone to like strike up a conversation about like distributors and things. Like, where do you get that from? I got a guy who can get you that cheaper. I got better quality. Like, I just start writing down names of like this fellow do this lady can get you these. Like, you know, really spruce the place up and just like rip it off paper, put them like in a little shirt pocket and like tab and like baby.
Thank you for the unsolicited advice, but
No, absolutely.
the store's been operating just fine on its own for a while.
Okay.
Miss, is that all you're getting today?
Yes, just the steak. That'll do.
All right. We'll just call it 2.
She gives them 2.
All right. Thank you much. Enjoy your steak. Make sure you cook that one a little extra long. Had a couple complaints come through, but nothing like too serious.
Oh, well, with what I'm doing with it, it won't need any cooking.
And he kind of looks towards
Watches.
Nacho.
He watches
Don't worry about it.
when she goes outside. She just like chucks it to Slice, and Slice just like is tearing it to shreds.
And he's just like, is that...
Don't worry about it.
Don't
Yeah,
worry about
It is.
the tiger in the street.
Call my meat guy. That stuff smells way better than this.
And he's just kind of like
And I
standing
just
there
leave.
just completely dumbfounded. But he doesn't question it. It's 4 a.m. and he's just kind of like rubbing his eyes and just,
He's
I don't
like,
got
did I
time
just
for
see
this
the tiger?
shit.
What is happening?
Some old lady comes in, buys a steak, chucks it to it. I love it.
It's 4 a.m. in New London.
That's what happens. Glitch and Andy, anything specific from the two of you?
Andy's just making sure that Glitch hasn't reopened his wounds with everything that we just did.
Yeah, and I'll probably just try to help provide muscle for Goose to help fix up the car.
Okay, excellent. Easy enough to do. Andy,
I'll
as you're
hold
kind
the
of
flashlight.
you're kind of holding the flashlight
Andy
and
does not
keeping,
provide muscle.
and you're keeping an eye on Glitch. As Glitch is kind of like raising his arms to try to help, steady the tire to put on. You can see the stitching on his rib wound kind of slowly start to stretch out. But as he
Glitch.
lowers his hand back down, it kind of recedes back once again.
When it hurts, stop lifting. Like, your body is telling you things. Listen to your body.
Well, but there's like hurt, and then there's like hurt. So
Yeah.
like, give me a scale or something.
Okay, if it feels like your flesh is ripping, stop lifting the thing. What you just felt right now, that's
Uh-huh.
all my hard work being torn apart by
Yeah.
your activities.
Did you want to put like another bandage or something on it, or like you got some like glue? Or we could just put some like glue over it, give it a top layer. Well, so it doesn't stretch, is what I'm saying.
Stop undoing the work I just did. We're not at my clinic. I have limited supplies.
All right. But it takes you probably a better part of an hour or so to fully patch up your van. Comes down off of the lift. Sable, you return with Nacho and a very, very happy Slice as this giant tiger comes walking in, and it is just purring super loud as it's now got a full belly. And it just kind of walks over to the back of the van and just kind of puts its paw up, like it kind of looks back at Sable.
Are we ready to head out?
Good to go. And I'll slap side of the van.
All right, and Slice just very quickly hops up into the back of it and kind of puts her back up against the back bench of this thing and just kind of lays out and just sploots and just kind of really stretches out her little tiger legs. The rest of you pile in. Van fires right up, and this time as you're packing it out into the streets, it's riding smooth.
Yay!
So,
Leave it to Goose.
where to next? You've got Boneface back at Misfit Loves, or you can go and try to track down Prescription. The actions are yours.
We
I
all
kind of
think-
like the idea of being the middle seat, you know, like put the shoulders up on the passenger seat and the driver's seat, like popping my head up between them. Maybe it's like Goose and Nacho up there driving, but like, yeah. So maybe are we gonna go see? Is this club of Prescription? Is that anywhere close to Boneface's club? Could we swing by there to have him check out these SIM cards, or maybe that lockbox, so we know what we're trading with before we give it up, or should we just go meet the boss and get paid?
Maybe he's at Boneface's club.
I look at I've got Rex on my find a friend or whatever, you know, because he says I'm at this place, an hour later he's not, and I go, as a matter of fact, it looks like he has drifted over near Razzmatazz. What was it called?
Razzmatazz. Misfit
Boneface's
Loves.
pub. Misfit Loves. I was like, yeah, he's like 3 days.
Razzmatazz.
Misfit Love.
It's the same thing,
Razzmatazz.
basically. Okay, so, and yeah, you do see on your Find a Friend Prescription, while he deals with providing less than legal substances, he's not very secretive about it or his locations, especially with your skills as well. Easy enough to keep track of him. And you do see kind of the little blip light up in your maps, if you will, and he appears to be walking in that direction.
Gaia maps.
Drive that direction.
All right, Goose heading to Razzmatazz, Misfit Loves, cruising down the streets. This club itself is on the other side of town, takes you a solid 15-20 minutes to drive the length to get over there. As you're cruising through, you're all sitting in the vehicle. Any actions from any of you?
Andy is crushing up one of the pills, putting a solvent in a syringe, and dissolving the pill into the syringe to make a
One of your defensive
sedative.
roofies?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a sedative.
Okay, just making sure. Just need to know which pills you're crushing here. So
Yes,
Finding
it's
the defensive roof.
the defensive
defensive
roofies.
roofie,
I'm making
okay.
a sedative. Hey, like, morally speaking, I feel like sedating someone is better than shooting them.
I think that as you're
Depends.
doing that, Sable just kind of rolls down the window a little to get a little smoke in, and then she's like,
Was stealing their wheel really necessary?
oh,
I
Sable's
don't
got a
see-
conscience.
I don't see how we could have got here, well, to the shop without it. I mean, I think we saved that girl from what could have been a terrible relationship. So
Yeah. I was getting
I
real
think thanks
Chicago
are in
vibes
order,
from
if
that,
anything.
you know?
In a
kinda.
way, it was an act of goodwill,
But
if anything. Cleaning
I'm
up the
not
street.
feeling the greatest about sending a bunch of AI Gaia cop on a goose chase.
Oh, they're
she looks directly at Goose when she says that.
I'm gonna like check the rearview mirrors, like stop shit.
No,
Give me an awareness
not
check,
you.
Goose, as you're checking the mirrors.
Oh god.
Better they chase wild geese than our goose, you know?
We
yeah.
had to play a little trick on them.
Oh wait, no, we're good. One success.
One
I got
success.
the cyber eye.
Okay, nice. As you're kind of checking, scoping out your mirrors, you don't see anything. You're fine. You just keep on rolling down the streets here. But
I might have to do some dirty things in this line of work. Sable.
Well, they should be in defense of ourselves against the vampires, not against our own people.
Could have been a vampire. We have no way of knowing. I mean, we could have checked, but let's just say he was.
Sable looks at Andy and is like,
Was they a vampire?
Everyone just like looks at him.
Like I've had bad vampire encounters, but not all of them are awful.
Well, my situation has never been good. I don't think I've ever met a good one.
Should hang around the clinic more. Got one working there.
I think that they may disguise themselves as good, but they're probably spying on you.
I keep tabs on her too.
See? You're just as suspicious. That means they're
suspicious of
probably up to
everybody.
something.
I keep tabs on everybody.
Same.
and Sable just kind of grins at you.
and puts away her sedative.
all right.
I don't trust anybody.
And with that, you come rolling up into the parking lot of Razmataz. As you exit out, you see the giant neon lights, Misfit lit up in green and Loves lit up in pink, with the O in Loves being this giant-ass neon heart with a little arrow shooting through. As you approach, you see it is just a giant metallic building. Almost looks like an old warehouse of some sort. But there are two large automatic sliding doors, and standing just out front, you see a woman with kind of short dark hair pulled up tight into a bun. She's wearing like a crop top and a leather jacket, some shorts, and these super large knee-high boots. As she's standing out there, and she just has like a lead pipe resting over her shoulder, just kind of standing outside the entrance.
Is this someone we recognize?
Give me a streetwise check if you would.
Nope. 9 and a 9 again. Man, I've
Okay.
been rolling lots of double 9s.
To your knowledge, Glitch, she appears to just be one of the bouncers.
Cool.
Andy's not a talker, so she's hanging back.
I remember when these places used to be somewhere I liked going. Now everything's so loud I can't hear anyone.
And Sable kind of gets out of the vehicle and heads in.
Okay.
Andy's just gonna hand her a pair of earplugs.
Nice.
All
and
right.
then realizing that we're here to look for prescription first, right? That's what our plan is.
Prescription
gonna go
and
straight
Boneface is
to
also here.
Boneface. Okay. I just was wondering who we're going to first.
No worries. They are both in this club somewhere. But yeah, as you definitely get out of the vehicle and approach, you can definitely hear the loud thudding of just this loud bass just almost rattling the entire building. And
Those
Sable,
headphones are, the earplugs are great. They tend to filter out like loud noise, but they allow for like speech to come through pretty well.
Oh, I'll be all right. Thank you, though.
And she kind of looks to Nacho to see where we're headed to find his friend.
all right.
Who's taking the stuff? Are we taking all of the stuff in with us? Are we leaving anything here behind, like the lockbox, the SIM cards, and the pills?
He's like a service
Let's-
entrance or something.
Let's put the pills in my med pack so
Cool.
it blends in. The bio reader can also go in there because it blends in
Okay,
effect-wise.
cool.
We should split it up
Okay,
so
so
it's not
taking
one person with all the booty.
taking some of the pills, taking the lockbox with the reader on it, Which it's not a massive lockbox. It's one that you could probably slip into a bag.
Yeah.
And then are you taking any SIM cards in as well?
Probably should grab some.
Yeah, I guess my question is if we're taking him to Boneface or not. I assume that Ignacio is probably going to take some to prescription, or I assumed maybe. But like, yeah, are we taking some to Boneface as well?
I think that would be
SIM
the plan.
cards?
And and how much? Are we giving them the full cases or just like?
I don't know. I don't
Hey.
think so. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe just like, hey, can you find out what's on these things? Like, are they empty? Do they have like people's identities? Are they just like, collections of, now that's what I call music, $21.99?
Team games, something.
That.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah, jock jams.
Jock jams. Cyber jock jams.
I would be intentionally vague with how much of everything we have.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever amount that we decide to hand over, it's how much we found.
Cool. I'll just take like a small little handful, if they'll allow, of pills and SIM cards, and kind of like offer that as my like.
Perhaps we put what we want to give to Boneface all in one container. Then it will look like it all was there.
I open up my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Is this what you mean?
No.
We probably shouldn't be bringing in the whole stash anyway. I'm assuming we left some of the stash at Goose's.
You certainly could have if you wanted to.
You're not fine with that. Might not find it
So
later.
that
but
when someone
you can keep
comes,
it there.
because it feels like there's probably enough stash that we're not just gonna walk into this club with.
Yeah.
Duffel bags of.
Yeah, I mean, you
Contraband.
had about 30 pill containers and probably about 50 or so SIM cards, as well as the lockbox itself. So any amounts you wanted to leave behind, either at the clinic or at Goose's garage, you certainly can.
Okay, so I will have at least one SIM card and at least one of each pill to show to Boneface. Let him know that that's what we found.
Okay.
I grab a whole pill bottle just to show to Rex.
Okay, perfect.
I have another one in my pack.
Okay, excellent. So you all approach heading into the club. As you pass by the bouncer, she just looks at you all and just says, "You know the rules. Don't talk shit, don't get hit. Be good."
How armed are we allowed to be in here?
How armed are you walking up?
I have an assault rifle.
As you kind of approach,
It's like a coat check
Yeah.
for guns.
she
Gotcha,
kind
yeah.
of just looks you up and down and just kind of shrugs. In New
So we
Europe,
expect
you
a
know
lot of
that
people.
basically everybody's carrying some type of firearm in the city.
Like I always tell you, Glitch, do unto others as you'd have done unto you.
And she walks right through.
All right. The sliding doors kind of open up, and you are just immediately hit with the loud thudding of a bass just rhythmically pounding away, kind of rattling the building a little bit. You see various colored vape clouds kind of emanating from the floor up. Smells a bit like cotton candy with a mixture of marijuana as you're kind of walking through this area. And you kind of look about, you see situated over in one corner like these large circular booths where it looks like a lot of this vape cloud is coming from. And hanging over that booth is just this large neon sign that just says mist above it. Situated right in the center is this large oval bar that almost has like this open tap setup in the center. You see two bartenders kind of rushing back and forth, just dumping beers and sliding them left and right to individuals who are coming up. Over towards the left hand is this large LED dance floor that's just lighting up in different colors right in front of a stage where there appears to be some kind of AI DJ just scratching different records. The dance floor itself probably has about 10 or so people on it. And then you also notice that towards the back room, kind of situated towards the back left-hand corner of this area, is the stairwell that leads up to Boneface's personal area.
As we walk in, I'll kind of like point to everybody as I'm like bouncing to the music, like, oh yeah, there's Boneface's office up there, and then I kind of just like do one of the Baloo from Jungle Book things and get swept away with the beat, and kind of like, oh man, this is really slapping.
Sable
looking for
will
a big-
smile at them. And she enjoys the smoking bit, but we'll make her way towards where Boneface is at.
I'll
Okay.
accompany Sable.
Sable and Goose heading up towards where Boneface is at. Okay.
I'm dancing up behind him.
All right. Glitch and
Andy's gonna stay in the main bar area, kind of keeping watch.
Okay, for sure.
I'll be like the midpoint between that group and Nacho, going,
Okay.
I'm assuming, to Rex.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a big green mohawk.
Okay, perfect. Ignacio, go ahead and give me an awareness check if you would.
All right, let's see.
Buddy system.
Is
How many green mohawks do you find?
Yeah.
is yeah, I am skilled in that, and that's 1 success.
1 success, okay. Looking about, you see about 5 dudes with the same exact type of hairstyle, the spiky lime green mohawks. However, only one of them has the matching handlebar mustache and is wearing just a beat to shit makeshift doctor's coat. He is currently in the middle of the dance floor, one drink in either hand, as he is just bouncing to music in the center of about 6 different people.
I try to like come up to him from behind and just like snag one of those drinks out of his hand and then just like slap him on the back.
Give me a stealth check if
Hey.
you would.
Rex, how is it going? Kind of deal. But yeah. I also skilled in stealth and also 1 success.
Excellent. His perception is shit right now. So yeah, just like that, you walk over and easy enough, you snag one of his drinks and smack him, and he kind of just turns around and just shouts, "Nacho!" and just kind of goes in for a hug.
Yeah. Reciprocal.
Oh man! And as he's
You know.
hugging you, you can definitely feel what feels like a liquid pouring down your back.
I just got this jacket pressed.
And he kind of lets you go, and you see his pint glass is now about half empty.
As we embrace, I'm gonna try to take. I want to take the pill bottle, and I know Rex. I mean, I know his. This thing may seem torn up as his lab coat, but he definitely has some pockets that are unknown sewn into it and stuff. And I think just as we're embracing, I want to slip the pill bottles into one of those, and then just kind of like give him a good tap and say, "Left you a little something. I want you to maybe take a look at for me. Let me know what exactly it is, what it does, and keep the change." Meaning he can just have whatever he doesn't need to figure out what it is.
As he's kind of dancing with you, kind of leans his chin down towards your shoulder and just says, "I'll be in touch." And he just kind of lets you go and just gets back to dancing.
Yeah. I finish the rest of his drink and then head towards Andy.
Okay.
Whole time Andy was watching, making sure that nobody else was watching.
Give me an awareness check if you would, Andy.
I'm going to re-roll 1 because I'm specialized in this. Excellent, that's 2 successes.
2 successes, okay. As you're kind of looking around, most of the individuals in this area, even though at this point it's about 6 a.m., a lot of these people are hammered out of their minds still. You can tell that a lot of these people have been going for several hours, kind of looking from their body language and looking at their eyes. Being a medical professional, you can definitely tell these people have been up for more hours than somebody probably should be awake. And it's definitely kind of affecting their mental state, and they are just kind of either out of it or just so focused on partying and dancing that they just don't know what's happening.
I'm gonna call over a bartender, be like, "Hey, can we just pass out some waters? Unless you want to clean up the ungodly mess that is going to come out of the mouths of most of these people onto this floor, you should get some water in these people. Pretend it's shots. They're too drunk. They're not gonna remember or notice. At this point, everything tastes like water to them."
Oh, see, that's the beautiful thing. The dance floor it opens up at the end of the night, and we just kind of dump whatever's on it down into the basement where it gets disposed of down there. So easy cleanup.
Even better. All right.
Let them have fun. Would you like anything to drink?
I'm good.
Are you sure? We got mimosas.
It is almost that time.
Oh, I want a mimosa.
But she's gonna pat what looks like a flask on her shoulder, be like, I'm fine.
Is that outside alcohol?
No, it's not. You can take a sip.
Give me a persuasion roll here if you would.
Sure. I'm skilled in this, which is good because I rolled almost bad. That is 1 success.
And the bartender kind of holds his hand out,
Pass it over.
kind of unscrews the cap and sniffs it, and
It's tea.
just takes a swig. I've definitely got something that we can put in that to make it a little bit better.
Oh, we all swapped around.
We do. We got a shuffle going on here. There we go. Alrighty.
I'm Andy.
My Zoom crashed and then it just came back up.
You're good. We're all good.
Yeah, she's just drinking tea.
And yeah, he hands it back to you. And, just let me know if you want to throw a little something in that.
Will do. What was your name?
Name's Kai.
Nice to meet you, Kai.
You too. Nacho, are you hanging back with Andy, or are you following the others upstairs?
I think I'm gonna hang back with it.
Okay. And the bartender kind of winks at Andy and then looks towards you. What about you, boss? Anything I can get you?
Yeah, Paloma Mezcal. 2 of those.
Coming up.
Or just one in a really big cup if you have that. That would work too.
Straight pint glass.
Sounds good to me.
Like the way you think. He kind of reaches down and pulls up a pint glass and just pours it all the way up to the rim. Just slides it over to you, Nacho.
Yeah, I just sip on that as we wait.
Okay, perfect. Heading up the stairs, Glitch, Goose, and Sable. You enter up onto kind of this large landing area. And as you kind of turn to the left, you just see this upstairs area has a wall running along it with one single doorway.
Open?
The door,
Sable.
it's just a sliding door, and it looks like there is a keypad and what looks to be like some kind of scanner right next to it.
Is that where we know Boneface's office to be or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah. You would
Okay.
know. You would know to
So
go.
he's
and-
not out on. He's not on the club floor or whatever.
No.
He doesn't have like a VIP booth.
Being in this club a few times, he does. He just isn't there currently.
Okay, cool.
But up here, you would easily know to just kind of click on the keypad, and the scanner kind of just runs these red lasers up and down your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the other
Sable.
two are like waiting for me to push the keypad, but I'm like just dancing to the music, and so yeah, I don't know. Like waiting for someone to push the elevator button, and they're just clueless that it hasn't been pushed yet.
And Goose and Sable, you just see Glitch dancing in front of the keypad.
All right, now push the button. Let's get this over with.
Glitch, do you push the button?
Oh,
Like nudge glitch.
yeah. Give it a quick elbow and beat to the music.
All right, you elbow the button, and these lasers scan all three of you up and down, and the door slides open.
Do we see Boneface in there?
As you kind of peer into this area, it appears to be almost like a living room area. As you walk through, you would know that basically this is a built-in apartment above the nightclub where Boneface lives. You step in to the living room area. You kind of see this kind of oval shape kind of carved into the wall to the right with a mattress situated inside of it. You see just a large half circle couch with a TV just mounted up on the wall. You look over to the left, you see like a small kitchen area, and beyond that, you see another little archway with a little separating wall. you would know that that area is where Boneface's office is at. As you step in, you don't see him kind of in this main area. You kind of peer through the archway, and you can kind of just barely make out the edge of his figure as he appears to be sitting down in that area.
Sable will walk that way.
Okay.
Is the music as the doors like shut and we hear the muffled like I imagine like smooth jazz playing on the inside of his apartment. It's like, oh god, so much worse than the club music, the club vibes.
And it is absolutely that. As you walk in, you see he actually has like a 21st century record player. He is just spinning some vinyl up here. And,
instant mood killer. Yeah, stop the dancing. Back to my kind of like sour demeanor.
And
just following Sable.
He kind of just looks out the
Meanwhile,
archway.
Sable loves it.
Oh, good. You finally arrived. Please, come in.
She comes in and sits down or whatever they normally do.
Yeah, he just kind of gestures, and in this area, there's a couple like leather couches just situated in this room. Basically, there's like two leather couches situated in an L shape, and then his desk which he's currently sitting behind. He's got like a computer up that he's typing on currently, and just kind of looks towards all of you as you enter in and just gestures for you all to sit down. Right. Okay, good. So you are all still alive. I believe I thought I had hired a fourth to go with you, Diablos, Nacho. Is he
Yes,
alive?
he's downstairs getting a drink or something.
Okay,
Talking to
but still
friends.
one piece?
Yes,
Good.
one piece. Well, Glitch might not be, but we're
Oh,
dealing with that.
no, I'm healing. Yeah, I'm healing. I'll be okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fine.
No
I've
worries.
seen-
Thanks for your
seen-
concern.
I've seen Glitch lose more body parts than just that. It's fine.
Kind of a strange like a pause because there's something that I'm thinking about that I'm like, wait, what? Okay, wait, I'll let that pass for now. Yeah.
Boneface sees more than you think. Anyway, my friend, please. Beverages, drinks, shots, what would you like? Something to take the edge off before we begin to talk business.
Like a seltzer water if you got that. A LaCroix or something.
Are you shitting me right now?
It's what time is it? It's early, right?
It's like 6 a.m.
Those carbs will get you, so you know.
It's
These
the DD.
overalls, they don't stretch.
Okay, very well. And you see him kind of pull out a shot glass, and he pours just a clear liquid into it and slides it over to you. There, seltzer water. Enjoy.
I'll
Smell
just
it.
do a whiskey on the rocks.
Whiskey on the rock. See, you must be more like your elders here, Sable. She knows, she has experienced. Follow her footsteps, okay? Wise woman right here.
Hearing that, I'll be like, yeah, me too. One of those.
All right, excellent. Whiskey on the rocks for my friends. Easy enough to do. And you see him kind of turn and open up what looks to be like a mini fridge he's got back behind his desk, and he pulls out a couple of chilled glasses and pops open a bottle of whiskey and just pours in a healthy amount, and then just drops one large spherical ice cube into either glass and just hands them over.
Sable will say,
Oh, thank you. You're always so accommodating. See, this is what hosts do. When someone comes in, you host them.
he's like talking to Glitch, like teaching him a lesson.
Teaching me, yeah.
And Goose, as you're sniffing the seltzer water, it just smells like pure gasoline.
I'll just reluctantly take it. You know I'm the driver, right?
Oh, that's
I'll
fine.
take
We can. I pay for a cab for you. It's fine. You know, Boneface, I take care of you. Go ahead and give me just a straight guts check here, Goose, as you're taking this shot.
Uh-oh. Oh no! The critical fail.
It is.
My second one.
Hands out.
Your throat is on fire. You have just this really nasty reflex going up as you're kind of like just dry heaving and just coughing, sputtering all over the place. The plant that's kind of on his desk is looking kind of nice right now if you need to expel anything.
That's exactly what happens.
Oh, come on, not the
Like,
like.
miss the plant on the desk.
Oh. You know what?
Clean it. And, like,
It's
start smearing
okay.
it around.
Don't worry about it. I've had worse fluids on my desk. Anyway,
I asked for seltzer water.
you know what? That one was on Boneface. My bad. Seltzer water. I forgot you're not as experienced as some of our companions here, and he kind of winks towards Sable. All right, here's seltzer water for you. Do you want hint of mango, hint of lime, hint of berry,
Mango.
hint of mango? Okay. He slides over.
Butterfly kiss amount.
It's a can of water that tasted like it traveled next to mangoes. All right, good. You are all hydrated. So, what do you have for me? Did job go okay? Aside
Well,
from
it
the
went all right. I believe Glitch already told you what happened.
yes, you killed some mercs. Fine, good job. But he said you
It
also
was a pretty
found
clean run.
clean.
Oh yeah. So here's what we found, Mr. Face. And I take out one of the SIM cards and one of each of the bone or the pills, the bones, the pills, like plop them in his hand.
We couldn't really tell what any of that does. I mean, none of us are that tech savvy in some ways, and well, the pills don't have any descriptions on them.
And he kind of takes the pills in his hand and kind of just holding them both up, and he kind of just barely licks the crimson one. Very heavy iron content in that one. And these SIM cards, no packaging, no markings, just
None that
The
we
card?
could see.
well. Let's see what's on it then, shall we? And you see him.
Might be careful. Sometimes when you stick those things in devices, other stuff pops up, and then
There it is.
The cat just
There it is popping up.
There's Slice, all right.
one time there was a gif of a cat, and it wouldn't stop.
That's all right. I love cat gifts. What were they called back in the day?
Well, that's
those
great when
vines.
they're cats, but it's worse when they're not
Vines.
cats.
Yes, I love the kitty vines. The one with the piano, so funny. But anyway, back to the business. The SIM cards. Okay. You see him kind of plug it into the top of the same situation. He's got one of those translucent tablets. It almost looks like he's popping it into midair, but it definitely slides down into the screen. And what pops up is just a screen asking for a passcode. He just kind of looks at it. And, Well, I may have a
For your
program.
birthday.
I probably not.
Don't do it. No.
Any types
Learn
of.
a lesson.
Don't listen to them.
No, you're right. You're right. It wouldn't be my birthday. I don't know people. Nobody knows my birthday. It's fine. It's July 2nd, but it's fine. And he goes ahead
Writing
and
that down.
he backspaces
Sable's gonna
out.
add that to her data bank in order to send him a birthday card on his birthday.
That's all right. I have someone who could potentially break this code. It doesn't seem to be too complicated. Actually, you know what? I might have a program that I can simply run with this. And you see him kind of go over, and he's opening various files with under various names. And you see one of them's called like Vodka Striker. One of them's called like Flame Snake, and he's just kind of clicking through all these various programs. And you see the keypad that's kind of on the screen just shuffling through various numbers extremely quickly. All right, was there anything else you found?
We couldn't get into the computer systems there, but we did notice that there was some sort of like an alarm thing going off that had like that symbol, the one with like the fangs and the I described what it looks like. Brice doesn't remember what it looks like.
Oh, you're fine. It was basically a human skull, but with very pronounced fangs on it, essentially.
Thanks,
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. So fangs, pills, SIM cards.
Oh, and tattoos. Same fang tattoo thing on at least one of the guys that we took out.
Tattoo of the skull.
The skull. That's the fangy skull thing. Yeah, exactly.
All right. And you see him kind of typing down notes in his computer. Don't worry, I've got people who can look into these things. Who many informants all around. I'll have somebody start.
The humans are helping the vampires.
I mean, it's nothing's out of the question in today's world. You know, we got the Gaia Overlord, Big Brother watching us 25/7. You got humans who knows what they do. I mean, some seem pretty chill, like you lot. Others are a complete asshole. It just depends on who you meet. They could be working for
the
vampires.
News was saying someone had killed some police officers.
Yes, actually. Thank you for reminding me. Let's see if there's been any updates. And he kind of pops over into his other computer, and this news story pops up. And, it doesn't say much. It just says, breaking news, large sinkhole found at shipyard warehouses. 3 police, 3 AI officers down.
Did we see any AI officers?
When you were there originally, no, you did not.
Okay.
But you also didn't notice a sinkhole in the warehouse.
Yeah, I think Sable just goes,
That's very odd. We didn't see any AI officers. Well, not there. I saw some when I was dealing with my cat, but that was a different thing. But we never saw any sinkholes of any sort.
Well, it looks like something came in from underneath, perhaps. Who knows? More
Maybe
details
we
to
beat them
follow.
to it. Whatever they were trying to get to. Perhaps these
And we left
pills,
when we
or
did.
maybe
Yeah.
those SIM cards.
We did leave in a hurry. Maybe this was maybe if we had stayed much longer, we would have found out what caused that sinkhole. Sounds like what Goose said. Sounds like we got out of there at the right time.
It was a pretty smooth operation, I must say, until they got to the tech part, and I just told them to put it in the van and let's go.
And as this conversation is happening, there's a slight ding from his computer, and he kind of turns. Oh, look, Vodka Striker work again. Okay, let's see who we have here. And he opens up, and the passcode dissipates, and what appears on screen is an image of a woman with fiery orange hair, wearing what appears to be some kind of lab coat over a bright orange jumpsuit. And it's, as he's kind of looking at this, information begins to populate on the screen. First bit of information: name, Ember Scorch. Status, doctor. Salary, 150 NEC per year. Blood type, O negative. And he's just kind of staring at the screen. Well, that's interesting. Seems like he
They're
found
targeting these
someone's
people,
identity.
or
Could be. Or if your theory is correct, perhaps working with whatever this is. I don't know. But perhaps you can start by tracking down this individual, see what she knows.
well, that might be something maybe one of Nacho's friends can do for us. He's good at finding people. That's not my thing. I like to stay away from people.
So do I, Miss Sable. I like the way you think. That's why I'm locked up here, out of nightclub, in my own apartment where I can do whatever I want. It's very nice.
No, but you're a very well-connected person, Mr. Boneface. You don't happen to know this Ember Scorch, do you? Is this a name you've heard of before, or is it possible this is just some random schmuck that's getting their identity hacked?
Give me a persuasion roll if you would, Glitch.
God, I should have trained in persuasion. A 6 and a 3. Let's see. I gotta see what my thing is. I think I have a I'm not trained, and my score is it a lure?
Lure, correct.
Yeah, it's a lure.
5. You know what? I am going to use a grit point now to make
Sure.
that 6 a 5, and then I'll have 2 successes.
Excellent, excellent. And as you say that, he kind of chuckles to himself a little bit. I mean, lots of people do know Dr. Scorch. She's one of the more prevalent blood synthesizers.
Oh.
So, like I said, perhaps start there. You know, the more
Where might we find her?
you can start at some of the clinics, perhaps head to the main offices. Perhaps your friend Andy might have more information. But you track her down and find out more information. Boneface is willing to pay because, again, the more Boneface knows about the population, the better off Boneface is. So,
Well, how much are we talking for tracking her down?
well, we'll go ahead and call it base pay 500 neck each. I'm willing to throw in another 250 to 500 depending on work hazards, we'll call them.
And what about this last one that we did? When will we see payment for that?
Oh, let me go ahead and transfer that to your account right now. And simultaneously, all of your phones light up saying that 750 NEC have been added to your bank accounts.
Nice.
Wow, we're already on our shopping episode? I'm so excited.
Stealing a tire straight to the shopping episode. Welcome to the Gaia Complex, folks.
At least the future still has shopping.
All right, then. Always a pleasure doing business with you, Boneface. If there's anything else we can do for you, let us know.
Oh, I'll be in touch plenty of times. So, you know how this works.
If we have any information about these things, we'll let you know too.
Perfect, perfect. See, this is why I like you, Sable. You say how high when I say jump. You're a good one.
I don't know about that. Jumping's not really my forte.
Oh, it's what you call figurative speech? Figurative speech?
Well, I understand, but I'm not going to be someone's puppet.
No, of course not. Boneface would never ask you to be puppet. That's why Boneface pays you very well, you see.
Exactly.
Well, I look forward to hearing from all of you very soon.
Sable will finish her drink and
All right.
stand up.
And with that, drinks are had. You are all able to reconvene back downstairs. And you now have the target of Ember Scorch, while Mr. Prescription is looking into these pills on your behalf. With that, we'll go ahead and call tonight's episode. So thank you all so much for joining us for part 1 of the Gaia Complex 3's and 7's. Let's go ahead and we'll go back around the table and meet our wonderful guns for hire, where people can find you, any upcoming projects, all that fun stuff. Let's start off with Margaret this time, or Miguel. Miguel, I'm sorry. I know how the alphabet works. Miguel.
Hi everybody, that's me. I'm Miguel. I've played Ignacio 3's Diablos, also known as Nacho. You can find me around the internet at Miguel_Classico, TikToks, Twitter, Instagram. So I lost the names of things for a minute there. All of that. Upcoming projects, nothing too soon, but next month over at TEA TTRPG, the channel. Also, that's them on all the socials. I'll be picking up season 2 of my Masks actual play, Age of Wonder, which I GM over there. So get stoked. We some, superhero hijinks, maybe space stuff. I don't know. It'll be exciting though. So,
Excellent. Thank you so much. Let's go over to Margaret next.
Hey everyone, I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all of the places. I do a lot of tabletop stuff, so if you follow me, I'll let you know when I go live. But On Tuesdays, I'll be playing with Tabletop Titties, where we are playing kind of a D&D underwater vibe. I play a very creepy siren, which is super fun. And on Wednesdays, I will be here in the evening, as well as I'm also in the morning, if you're a more morning person, 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. UK time, over on twitch.tv/rollforit, where I'll be playing Dungeons & Dragons in a long-form campaign where I play a little Forest Gnome Artificer. We're like level 12. We just hit level 12, which is pretty exciting. And then on Saturdays, I DM Witches and Spellcraft, which is, if you like witches in a high school, it's super adorbs, wholesome horror. So come check it out. Lots of fun. And I make games and video games for a living. I'm currently working on a project called Ashes of Creation, and you can find it at Ashes of Creation in all of the places. And I'm working on the second edition of Witches and Spellcraft, which will be the advanced version. And that's me.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much.
This is not what I really look like.
Let's throw it over to Brice, please.
Yes, hello. I am Brice, and I'm just happy to be here. You can find me online at Iceman. That's BRRRICEMAN. But like, yeah, I don't do anything. I'm a student, and I'm just happy to be here.
Well, we are super happy to have you again. I was so stoked when I saw you applied for this game.
Yeah, thanks. Super happy to be here. This is my first stream experience, so thanks for breaking me in.
Dope. Absolutely, absolutely.
Rocking it.
Let's go ahead and throw it over to Alex, please.
My name's Alex, obviously. You can find me basically all the socials as Alex is my name, 734, not very creative. Find me at the Discord, obviously, always in there, and then also at Cybernation Uncensored, another awesome community. A lot of members there that are in TIO, so a lot of mix there. And yeah, just want to thank the Initiative Order. Also my first time streaming, and also thank you, Nate, for running this. It's a lot of fun, like a blast.
super happy to have you here. Thank you for choosing the Initiative Order for your first streaming platform, by the way. That is super cool. Super appreciate you.
I love the community. Everyone's awesome.
So, and last but certainly not least, the wonderful Aislinn.
Hey, I'm Aislinn. I go by the Dollar Store DM on mostly Instagram and YouTube now. $_store_DM. Sometimes I can't get that out. I do a lot of budget crafting for D&D and other tabletop games. I run a web series on YouTube called The Art of Adventure. Episode 18 comes out this Saturday. It's premiering at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on my YouTube channel. All my links are in my Instagram bio because it's just my hub for things. And then also on Saturday, I'll be on TIO again for the Conan Wave-Stained Crimson. I believe it's our penultimate episode? ? And I play Katarina on that one, which is super fun. And yeah, I'm so happy to be on this stream playing Andy again.
Super excited to have you back. Thank you so much. And my name's Nate Ridenauer. I am your semi-friendly internet forever DMGM. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch at nride93. You can also catch me. I'm a regular GM here with the Initiative Order, obviously. I help run the channel with my friends. I'm the head of content, which is basically a fancy way of saying I help get shows running over here. So if you're interested in streaming with us, whether as a player, a game master, please come join us. There's a Discord link going around down in the chat. We would love to meet you. We would love to hang out with you. We would love to play games with you. So please join our community. We also host monthly free-to-play community games with the Initiative Order, which is a great way to kind of participate in different systems and meet different GMs and different players. They're non-stream, totally free to play. You just, if you can make the date and time, just show up and be ready to play some games with us. It's super fun. Besides that, you can catch me every other Sunday here at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where I am the regular GM for Symbaroum. It's a beautiful dark fantasy world created by our friends over at Free League Publishing. We will be back this Sunday, the 23rd, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I believe we're going to be having an old friend joining us for that episode, so I'm super stoked to have her back at the table. So join us. Hope to see you there down in chat. And before we go, I just want to shout out our amazing sponsors and friends of the Initiative Order, starting off with Session Zero Clothing. So Session 0, they create some absolutely incredible, badass TTRPG-inspired streetwear. If you use code ORDER at checkout, you can get 15% off your purchase through them. Next up, we've got our friends over at Norse Foundry Dice. They create gemstone dice, metal dice, as well as a handful of other accessories. If you use code TIO15 at checkout, you can get 15% off your purchase through them. And we've got our friends over at Mithril Armory, creators of sketch dice, the credit card foldable puzzle dice, super, super cool. If you use code INITIATIVE, you get 10% off your purchase through them. And last, but certainly not least, our very own Taryn, aka Valrook, aka Umbral Oculus Dice. She makes some absolutely incredible handmade dice and dice sets. If you use code INITIATIVE through her store, you can get 10% off a full set of dice. So check them out. I've got a set of hers. They roll terribly for me, but I still love them. They're beautiful. I think that's everything I've got for today. I'm going to go and shut up now, but thank you all so much for joining us. Until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you all in the next adventure. Good night.
Ooh.